Gonzalez Bros.
Yo, it is another episode of the Gonzalez Bros podcast 13. What is up, dude?
That was really intense, bro. Thanks for that warm welcoming. Honestly, it brought the vibes in, man. I'm ready for this shit. Let's start. But how's your week going so far? We're on currently Friday?
Yeah.
It's already Friday, man. That's crazy. I feel like this week flew by.
Yeah, it's Friday the 8th, December. Yeah, dude, we're around the holiday times.
It's crazy because when you think about how the weeks are going by fast, you also think about how the months are going by fast.
Dude, no, I feel like it's crazy to say, but I feel like when you get older, dude, like days, months, they just go by, dude. It's crazy.
Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years.
Dude, and it's crazy because people say that. At this point, bro, I relate to that, like low key. I don't know what it is, but personally, I don't think about that as a kid, but at these times, man.
You know what? No, honestly, I think I know what it is, dude. You know what it is?
What's up?
It's time, bro.
No, I mean,
I'm fucking with you.
No,
yeah.
No, I don't know. I saw something on Google. They say, like, I don't know too much fact about it, but they say, like, I've looked up one day because I was bored, okay?
Like a specific day?
Yeah, I was just, one day I was bored, and I decided to look up, like, why is it that when we're adults, why does time, like, fly so fast compared to when you're a kid? But it's something to do with, like, the brain. Like, I don't really know too much fact on that. I'll look into it later.
Yeah.
But that's what I saw.
I feel like a good factor is definitely like brain aging and the way how your brain develops. I also feel like when we're younger, especially at least in this country, because I'm not too sure exactly how every country is, how it's different from each other. But I do know in this country, at least, like we're used to having a structure at a young age. Like we go to school, preschool. If you're going to preschool, because like we didn't start till fourth. Well, I didn't start till fourth grade, but like we start off with school at a young age, right? And then we're used to a structure already then because we have a format that we go by for a good portion of our year. And when you get older and you get out of school, I mean, sometimes you fall out of structure. Some people, like, they get a lot more complacent than others. Some people stay busy. Some people don't. Some people have moments where they're busy. Some people have moments when they don't. They alternate. But I feel like for the time that you're a kid or you're young, you still have that structure for most of your life until you get older, until, like, you graduate and everything like that. So in the beginning, I feel like that format, that structure kind of, because then you get excited for summer, but summer's so far away. Then you have to go through the whole year of school. You finally get out of school, and then you're in summer, which summer goes by too fast whenever you finally get to summer. And then you start school again. It's a repetitive cycle that ends whenever you graduate. But then I feel like based on what you do after you graduate can determine how fast it goes on from there. But I do think that brain development is a big factor into that, you know?
No. I mean, I'm just saying because, like, I don't know. It's just it's a good thing to think about. I mean, because honestly, like when I was a kid, I just feel like I remember like my 6th, 7th birthday, or I don't know, like around when I was young. I feel like times then was so slow. Like it wasn't like how it is now. Like I'm an adult, dude. I'm talking like, dude, like okay, like let's say like, like if you think about the like COVID, for example, I mean, this is a kind of a big thing you think about. Remember when COVID was such a big thing, and then like
I missed most of that time period.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I was away.
But like I said, but dude, that was almost 4 years ago, and like, dude, think about it now. People think like, oh, that was just yesterday or a year ago, but in reality, it was like literally almost 4 years ago. But like I said, like when I was a kid, I remember like one summer, like 2006, for example. I feel like that year was such a long year for me. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Also, our perception on time is also different at the time too. Like we don't really understand the concept of time.
Yeah,
we just live to live. Like I remember when I would wake up one day. I remember specifically, I woke up at because we had DVR at the time, right? So we had DVR. We had those shows that we like recording.
Some good stuff.
We have them set to record and everything like that. I remember one day specifically, I had woke up. And I had walked to the living room and I was like, oh shoot, it kind of looks like there's light outside. So I grabbed the TV remote and I was trying to put on, I think, Sonic the Hedgehog, like Sonic XD or something like that.
Oh
And
yeah,
I had
Sonic.
recorded on the DVR. And mom was like, "What are you doing? It's 5 o'clock. You should be asleep." And I was just like, 5? Yeah, no, 5 is usually whenever I'm like hanging out with friends outside and stuff like that. So like, and that was actually like, I guess for starters, I might have just been waking up, so I didn't really think too thoroughly into that. But like AM, PM, like I didn't really understand. I didn't understand like what's too early and what's too late, because depending if it was a weekend or weekday, like on weekdays we have our bedtime, which is, you know, like I think like our bedtime was like what, 10 o'clock when we were growing up.
Well, yeah, but then we kind of just stayed up though.
On the weekends though, it was like free day almost.
Oh yeah, I
And
mean,
we stayed up until we got told otherwise. And
yeah.
also I felt like we even had a time frame, or at least at one period I felt like there was a point where we were like told when we were able to wake up. Maybe that's in my head. I'm not too sure on that actually, but I feel like I didn't really understand what was a good time to be awake until, or like I didn't really understand what was like an accurate time to be waking up. What was normal, I guess, because I feel like my grasp of the concept of time wasn't until I got like into grade school, which again I didn't start grade school until 4th grade. So then's when I started to structure my day in that style. But like when I was a kid, like I didn't really think about time much at all. I was just like living, you know.
Okay. No, I like from my perspective though, like I just think like I don't know. I just feel like when I was younger, like the years were slower for some reason. Cause I looked up facts on this, but this was like a while back.
It's all perception.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it very is all perception. Sorry, because like I've looked up facts on it about why time just like it just flies. Like why our brain, like as being an adult, like why does years and months, days go by fast? There was some information on it. I read some of it. I didn't read all of it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't read too much on that fact, but I'm just like, damn, like, okay, like I did read a little bit of it, and it was like, yeah, it was just like about like how our brain is, and
Well, think about it like this, okay? Let's say you're at work, right?
yeah,
You know how when you're at work and you don't have nothing to do, time just drags. It goes so slow. Like you have everything's done. You know, you don't have really things to do, so you're just kind of chilling. Time goes slow, right? But what about whenever you're almost about to get out, and time is just like flying like a mother? You know, like time is just flying, right?
yeah.
Time's flying, and you're like, oh shit, like it's already almost time for me to leave, and you have so many things that you're doing right now, and it feels time is different, right?
Yeah.
So it's all based on like how you spend your life and how you look at it at the same time.
Yeah.
Because if you're in a good mood too, I feel like based on if you're in a good mood or a bad mood, that can also alter the way you feel about time. Like if you're in a bad mood, I feel like time slows down. That's if you want time to be slow for any specific reason. But if you're angry and say you're late to an event, of course you're gonna be mad, and time's gonna feel like it's rotating or moving faster because you're upset on the fact that you're late. So that's gonna alter your perception of time to make it feel like it's moving even slower, you know?
Yeah, I honestly know what you mean by that. Hell yeah.
But yeah, time is a weird, man. Time
It's
is
weird. It really is.
time is weird. Speaking of time, remember that time whenever we went to the checkpoint, we were coming back from the valley, and we had gotten stopped.
Oh
At
yeah.
well, of course, there's a basic checkpoint.
Yeah.
For starters, I know that I've seen videos in the past where they're like, well, I mean, if you're not leaving the country, or you're not actually leaving the country and coming back into the country, you're not required to tell them if you're an American citizen or not. And I wasn't trying to play hard to get or anything in that moment. Like I wasn't trying to like test the ability with them or anything like that. But I remember I had a Neon at the time. Remember my first car, the blue one?
Oh yeah, dude.
Okay, so I had the blue Neon, and you, me, and a friend, us three, we were coming from Harlingen. We had just gotten to the checkpoint. What city is the checkpoint in again?
It's in the middle of nowhere, actually.
But what's the first city after that?
Well,
it's like after Raymondville,
no,
I think.
it's like an hour. It's like an hour away from Harlingen for sure.
But you know what cities are like?
Nah, it's like it's between like the Valley and Weivera.
Is it Sari?
No, between the Valley and Weivera. It's like a small town, dude. It's like
well, I mean, I feel like I know the name of it if I see it. I'm gonna look it up.
I mean, you could look it up, but I know for sure it's an hour away from Harlingen, and it's in between the Valley, Rio Grande, and Weivera is next to Kingsville, so it's like around that area.
So at this time, the Dodge Neon that I was driving, it was blue one. It was I think it was an 04.
Yeah,
which is really dumb, honestly.
Dude, that was a classic car.
Let me run this back a little bit further and explain the story of that Dodge Neon actually while we're here. So that Dodge Neon was the very first car I ever had in my life, right? I got it when I was 18. And
yeah.
at the time I think it was like $3,000 that I had aside for a vehicle already. You know, when it's your first vehicle, you're anticipating that vehicle so much that y'all probably won't go to the same measure that I went to, because I was like not thinking logically, I guess you could say. Is I test drove a couple vehicles. I test drove this blue Dodge Neon, and it even turned off while I was test driving it. But he's like, hey, man, give me that money right now. I had it all in cash, bro. And he was like, give me that money right now, and this vehicle is yours. It was at a dealership, too, I believe. I think it was Auto Nation. I'm not too sure. But I don't know. But anyway, so I was like, really, bro? He's like, yeah, give me that vehicle. Give me that cash, and the vehicle is yours today. Right off the lot today. I was like, shoot. So I got the car. That car had problems the whole time I had it, honestly. But it got to a point where the trunk wouldn't open with the key. In order to open the trunk, I would actually have to physically, because the middle or the back seats went down, and after you drop the back seats down, you're able to reach into the trunk, and there's a string that you can pull. You pull the string because it was like a makeshift thing, because the car already had issues from the previous owner. It was like a makeshift, like a latch almost. So I would pull the latch through the back, like reaching into the back seat, and that's the only way to open the trunk. So
I remember that.
So we had just put up to the checkpoint, and they're like, "You're American citizen?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm American citizen." Yeah. And then, of course, they ask you all the same question and everything. And they're like, "Can you open the trunk real quick?" I was like, "Yeah, man. I just have to." I even told this dude, bro. I was like, "Okay, just so you know, I opened the trunk through the back seat, so I'm gonna have to drop the back seat and then reach in, pull a latch, and that's how I open the back seat." He's like, "Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead." I was like, "All right, cool." So I dropped the back seat, right? Then I dropped the little section. I dropped the seats itself, and then I dropped the little section that's behind the seats. When I dropped that, I see the latch, and I'm like, okay, golden. I'm gonna reach for it now. And as I'm reaching for the latch, the border patrol officer was like, no. He's like, pull over right there. I was like, no, I told you I have to do it like this. He's like, no, pull over. I was like, oh, bro. I'm like, all right, word. So he has us pull over. So bro had us pull over to the side, right? I remember me, her, and you. We all got out. And then we're in the little waiting room, whatever. They're looking our information up, trying to see if anything was on our record. And, our records were all clean. And questioning us, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just watching them. They're going through all our stuff. They open our back seat the same way I told them I had to open it. It's whatever, though. And they're pulling everything out of the trunk, but they're carelessly doing it. So I see, like, one bag go out, and another bag goes out. The second bag was the PS3. The PS3 was literally, like, I didn't have, like, foam or any kind of like cushion to protect the PS3. It was literally just in a backpack, right? So boy grabs the PS3 in a bag, throws it out on the floor, and it hits the floor. I didn't think anything of it, but we get home, and then the PS3 is like literally not working anymore.
Honestly, it's crazy how you bring up the story, because like I remember the story, but damn, dude, we should have sued them.
I emailed them. Bro.
Because honestly, it's crazy, but I remember that story, and dude, they really did mess up your PS3.
I remember I was also really
Wait,
pissed.
was it a PS3 or was it your I thought it was a laptop.
No, it was a PS3.
It was.
No, it was a PS3 because I remember the email I sent them, and in the email I sent them, I exaggerated too a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, because I was trying to make sure I caught their attention, So in the exaggerated email, I was like, "You better hope there's not a freaking game inside there, because that's gonna be a bigger fine for y'all," or some shit like that.
I know, dude. They're something else, dude. Honestly.
But yeah, man, that was just something I wanted to talk about, since you brought up something about checkpoints you wanted to mention today, right?
Yeah.
What exactly was it you were talking about?
Well, just in general with checkpoints, I just think it was funny because only because like I saw a video of this dude. I mean, because you basically told us our experience about what we went through with the checkpoint, but this was like back when we were in high school and stuff. But no, there was just people, like the people that go through checkpoints, like. They literally there's like YouTubers, like I've seen videos of like, hey, like you're American citizen, I don't have to answer this, I don't have to I don't have to declare my citizenship.
So I'm just like, so that's the thing though, because technically no, the thing is they're right, but they're kind of right actually, but like there's a part
right and wrong. But they're wrong. It's like
both. I mean, they're wrong for this reason. So like you're right, because if you're not actually leaving the country, you're not actually required to apply reply to that information. You don't have to tell them if you're a U.S. citizen or not if you're not actually leaving the country. However, the thing is, with their role in the country, I mean, for you to you exercise your rights like that, it's only a bigger hassle for them, it also comes off suspicious. I know a lot of people do it for YouTube videos to just test their rights, and I used to watch a lot of them. Not gonna
Oh
lie.
yeah, I have too.
But like,
for sure.
I understand why the Border Patrol agents are frustrated, because at the same time they deal with this stuff on a daily, and they have to ask every single freaking person that drives through there, right? So for them, it's just a bigger hassle for them, and at the same time, like, it kind of drives a lot of like suspicious factors towards your way. You know what I mean? It makes you look suspicious. Yes, they're right. They don't have to do that, but it's also going to make a bigger issue at the end of the day. And then when it turns out that it was just nothing it's something that could have been avoided if you just said yes. At the end of the day, it's not worth it.
It's basically honestly. I mean, I get that point, but it's literally just a simple yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, all you gotta do is say yes. But like I said, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's as I'm saying, it kind of goes in both ways with that situation.
Word.
It really does. So I like I said, I just saw the reason why I bring it up because I saw a guy. He was like an older dude, like a grandpa or whatever. He was all like his wife said, "Oh yes, I'm American citizen," and then they asked him, I don't have to declare my citizenship or whatever." I'm just like, and they were giving him some crap about it, but then they just let him go. But then there's other videos, but they're like the people that I've seen. They're probably about our age, dude. They break their windows. They go all freaking crazy. So it's like I feel like the older folks kind of get away with it more than like the people like our age.
You know, I've always wondered how those things get handled. Like whenever, for example, for the younger ones that did that scenario, and the cops are the one who broke the window.
Yeah, it was a cop.
So
Yeah, it was one of like the patrol, the fucking checkpoint.
But think about it like this, like. All that broken window, all that time waiting to get the window fixed, all that time waiting for any kind of lawsuit.
He damaged his property.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but the thing is, at the same time, all that could have been avoided, bro. If you just said yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it kind of, that's why it goes both ways with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, I mean, me personally, I would say yes, but at the same time, I do get it with the other way, but it's just a little ridiculous.
They're both in the right, and depending on the outcome, they could both be in the wrong.
Yes, exactly, bro. For sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just I don't know. I just feel like some people do it just because they want the clout. You know what I mean?
Well, there's some YouTube channels though that actually do it just to show.
they do it seriously.
Well, they do it.
Though.
The purpose of it is to literally show you that you're able to exercise rights in that way, and that's kind of like video evidence to prove like that you're able to do this. But in a way, some people look at those videos and they're like, oh, man, this is just annoying. And to be honest, it kind of is annoying a little bit. But at the same time, it's also good that they're sharing that you're exercising your rights in that way. But I mean, if you look at it, it's like, man, this is unnecessary. Like, just say yes,
I mean,
bro.
yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. It's both. I mean, I get from both perspectives because it's basically because they just want to make sure you're American citizen because you're literally next to a different country. Like us, we're next to Mexico. So imagine like other people having to go do checkpoints in like let's say like Minnesota or somewhere up north because of Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like they have checkpoints up there too. It's just for us, we're close to Mexico, so and you know Mexico.
For us, yeah, it's like we're like the gateway access.
No, for real. No, I mean I'm being serious. Like, I mean I feel like that's what I'm saying. I get it. It's both ways. Like,
so
I get that.
Did you see anybody exercising their rights like in other states, or because I feel like
I,
most of them I see are usually in the Texas area.
Yeah, most of them were in Texas. Personally, the video that I just told you about with the old man, like they let him get away. I don't know if that was Texas because I could have sworn it was like snowing. The video that I saw, so it could have been like
It had to have been 2004, 2017 if it's Texas, my dog.
I don't know, dog. But all I'm saying is, yeah, it. So that's what I'm saying. It goes both ways. Like I get both perspectives, but it's just. You don't have to say it, but then at the same time, it's like, bro, you're next to a whole country.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's like doing your part. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I get both ways for sure. So that's
It's like going to class. The teacher's gonna teach, but you get the option to choose if you want to learn.
yeah, for sure.
And if you're learning, you're doing your part.
Yeah, but no, like I said, I've seen videos like it's mainly like the younger folk, like our age group wise. Like the old man, that I saw recently, they let him go because his wife said, "Oh yes," but then they were kind of giving the husband crap because he was like, "No, like I don't have to declare my freedom," or I don't know. He was just telling him all this, and then they even told him to pull over at a spot, and then he waited there for like another like 15, 20 minutes, and they're like, "All right, have a good day." But I've seen other videos. They break the guy's window. They just go all freaking. I'm like, dude, like it's like different. Like I don't know, it's just different every time. You know what I mean? It's funny though. Checkpoints.
So
Yeah.
yeah, checkpoints are crazy, man. So, what do you think they're at checkpoint wise on the target they're building in Portland? I have not driven. Like I haven't been in
Oh
that
yeah,
area.
you haven't been like towards the Gregory area,
No,
right?
so like I don't know like how far they've gotten on the production of that.
They're building it for sure. Like if you go by Walmart, dude, they're slowly building that Target over there by here in Portland, going towards Gregory. Yeah, dude, they're building that Target.
What was the last
Well,
last time you saw it? How did it look?
I saw it like honestly like 2 weeks ago. It's been like about at least 2 weeks.
I don't think I've seen it at all during this production. So
That's
like
crazy.
based on that, like what have you seen though? Like how did it look? If you remember anything, it looked like a building being built.
I know they built the parking lot.
Yeah.
The whole parking lot's built.
How big does it look?
It's pretty big. It's decent size.
It's supposed to be a little bit bigger than
It's supposed to be bigger than
like
the one in
like
Corpus.
60 square foot or something like that. A
It's
little
supposed
bigger,
to be,
or something like that.
yeah. So apparently the Target, they're building a bunch of like store plazas and Target. Apparently that's supposed to be bigger than the one in the. It's supposed to be bigger than the More Plaza in Corpus. I don't know.
The
if
More
people-
Plaza store there itself, right? The
well,
More
like
Plaza store.
Yeah, the store
It's
and
not
the
gonna be-
plaza.
No,
You know what I'm
I don't think it's
talking
gonna be bigger than the whole plaza. Oh, the plaza itself's
No,
gonna
the
be bigger.
plaza itself is supposed to be bigger.
Word. Okay.
Yeah,
word.
that's what I'm saying.
That's cool. It's funny though if you think about it, 'cause like the Target itself is like, yeah, it's supposed to be bigger than the one in Corpus, and it's like 60 square feet. So it's for a store, I mean, 60 square feet, it's not gonna be that noticeable in my opinion. At least I feel like it's not gonna be huge on like being noticeable. It's kind of funny though. It's like getting taller 1 inch, and it's like, dude, I got way taller, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's supposed to be. Honestly, I can't wait to see like how that's gonna be like a Target in Portland. That's pretty wild.
yeah, you want to do something in there? Like, will we stay the whole night after they close, or what?
Speaking of,
Go ahead
about
and
that,
start that story off, Jordan. So, who are these YouTubers you're talking about?
So these, it's funny. These two YouTubers, they're from Pennsylvania, okay? And they did a fake state of night Target. They you know how like that was the Ireland Boys Productions, right? They do like those videos where they stay the night and stuff. That's what their YouTube channel is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those dudes, they stayed the night. I mean, they're legit staying the night at places, okay? I mean, I don't know if y'all seen those guys or not.
From what we've seen, at least, based on
Yeah.
the videos, yeah.
They're pretty legit. They're funny too. Shout out to them. But so these people, their names Saucy and Honey. It's literally like a couple, a guy and a girl. Okay, then their YouTube name is Saucy and Honey. They did basically a prank where they stayed a
Not
night.
so much. I wouldn't say it's a prank. It's more of like almost a way like a challenge, I guess you would say.
Yeah, like a challenge prank. Yeah.
And so, what was this challenge?
I don't know. They tried staying the night at Target. Their prank was them staying the night at Target while it's closed. But they posted a video of them staying the night at Target, and they're literally like they're posting videos of them like walking like after videos of them like waiting for them to close, the lights shut off, and there's literally videos of them just chilling in the Target, messing around. They're like, oh, we got the place to ourselves, because they actually did. Like, they stayed a night there. The place shut down, and they're in there with no lights on. They're just messing around, going around, just taking pictures, posting videos of them just having fun in a closed Target while there's no lights on and whatever. But then, so they posted that, and their fans love it because I guess they're gaining some type of fan base at a time, because this happened about
That's
a year.
great content.
This happened about like a year and a half ago. So a lot of their fans were like, "Oh, dude, this is badass! Like they love this." They stayed the night there, and then the end of the video, it shows them leaving the Target at 8 a.m. We're like, "Oh, we stayed the night here, blah blah blah. Like this is crazy. Like we did this." But then, in reality, later on, they found out yeah, the fans saw the videos, but then eventually the cops saw the videos.
I like the way Brilliant
Yeah,
Johnson said.
William
No,
jumped,
he was like, yeah, their fans like watching the video. You know who else like watching the video? The cops.
Yeah, the police. That's what he said. The police. All funny. But
So
anyway,
apparently they like tripped the alarm at 3 a.m. or something like that.
yeah. So okay. So like, so this was unfilmed. So they posted the video on their channel. They stayed the night. Blah blah blah. They left at 8 a.m. But in reality, this happened. The cops saw the video. They ended up getting arrested because I mean, hey, that's trespassing, this and this. But then, yeah, fans find out about them like getting arrested, and they're being so in denial about it, like, oh, this didn't happen, blah blah blah. Like they were just so in denial about it.
So what happened was also, yeah, and another thing to point out too was how so they left around 3 a.m. and at 8 in the morning they came back to Target when they opened, and at 8 in the morning they were trying to pretend as if they were still in Target the entire time. So at 8 in the morning they went in there and they were filming more videos at 8 in the morning, pretending like they've never left the Target. And that's what their fans were. They were in denial about. The fans were calling them out for it. They're like, "No, that's not true. The video's fake." And then the video got posted of them like literally leaving at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, because they left at 3 a.m. and the alarm just freaking went off, and then and then the cops and everything, they showed up, and they didn't find nobody because I mean there was nobody in there. I mean the alarm went off and everything. But then, yeah, they showed up back at 8 a.m. acting like they stayed the night there. And, dude, they post that shit. And then literally, and they're telling their fans that, like, it was, like, all, like, a lie. Like, they were just so in denial. And they're saying that their friends are just threatening them. I'm like, bro, like, y'all faked a stay the night at a store.
Yeah, they got third-degree trespass and conspiracy. Their bail was like $25,000, and then they got banned from all Targets in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they're from Pennsylvania, by the way. So, shout out to Pennsylvania. Nah, I was kidding. But yeah, so they're banned for all Targets in Pennsylvania, and they basically faked a stay the night. And then if even bother to ask them though, they're gonna be all in denial. Saucy and honey, more like non saucy and non so honey, eh?
Bro, this is the slickest shit we've ever heard on the podcast, bro. I'm gonna
Hey,
give you
dude.
a sound effect right here, quick.
Not
That was for you, G.
Not so honey, not so saucy. But hey, you know what? Since they went to jail, they ain't gonna look for sauce and honey. They're gonna be looking for fucking shampoo and fucking soap.
Hell yeah, man. Nah, for real, bro.
Yeah, dude. You
It's
never
gonna be
know,
off the
man.
commissary for like $1.95.
Dollar soap, dollar shampoo. Man, them sauce, honey, more
You're gonna
like
get worse
more
than
like
the
soap and shampoo.
You're gonna get great value hotel shampoo. You thought that was a great value, bro? We'll show you real great value.
Oh man. Hey man. Hopefully they don't give us beef.
Oh man, speaking of beef, bro. Speaking of beef, I like that you mentioned that. So, you ever see dog food and you see how it says with real meat on the dog food label?
Yeah, but that crap ain't real meat.
For a lot of the foods in most of our like industry, in our food industry, especially like grocery and retail and all that, those foods you're able to buy off the stores, out from the stores, there's certain criteria that need to be met in order to say a certain statement within their labels. For example, vitamin water. You think vitamin water is really full of vitamins, bro?
Nah.
Vitamin water is really not full of vitamins. It just needs to have like the smallest amount of a percentage to qualify to be able to make the statement. It's not so much the vitamin water itself; it's everything on the front of the label. I don't have a vitamin bottle in front of me to like point it out, but I know there's a section where it says everything that's really high on, and then on the back, it will have a section where it says, "Oh, it has this much this, have this much this," and then at the very bottom, it has contains 0.5% of everything that was mentioned in the front. Same applies for dog nutrition as well. So all the food that you see that say, with real meat for dog foods, whether it be pork, beef, whatever. I think there's not really pork in dog food, but like beef for sure. It's an average of 3% to 24% of actual real meat within the product itself.
Okay.
And that's something to just think about, because it's not just referring to, like, I'm just not referring to it only in like dog, I guess, ideology. I'm also like expressing that that's also in a lot of our foods too. When you see like exaggerated, or not so much, it wouldn't seem exaggerated. It sounds like it's not exaggerated because it says like, oh, with real meat. You see that like, oh, this has real meat. No, bro, I got 3 to 24%. So not even a quarter of that is legit real meat. And I feel bad for whenever we had Reno when we were younger, because we used to give them little plastic packs of food, the ones that have like 12 counts. It was like 12 box of 12 meals. And you just open a
Oh
plastic
yeah.
packet and you drop it in a little thing. It looks like macaroni and shit like that.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
See, we used to give him stuff like that. And I mean, at this time, like, our mom didn't like start researching a lot of things about food. So like we didn't really acknowledge the like dangers of consumption, like whether it be high sodium levels, whether it be the vegetable oil we're consuming, GMOs, things like that. And I'm not saying we're really trying to take advantage or not taking advantage of the information and doing the opposite, because we do, like, you know, I mean, I'm guilty. I mean, I'll still say like there's some things I know that are bad that we shouldn't be eating, and I still eat it.
Yeah. For
But
sure.
it's just nice to like be aware of information like that. So like it's always good to like do additional research just to thoroughly know the things we put into our body. So I recommend that for anybody. But also, chicken and chicken byproducts are 2 ingredients that should be avoided, especially if they start the label, because chicken byproducts, think about, I want to come back to this actually later on, maybe on the next one. We could start planning like a little bit in advance, because I want to talk about how chicken byproducts, the way how they produce the chicken nuggets at McDonald's. There was one brand that started doing dog cakes, and it was kind of like little cupcakes. Like, sorry, there's like a little cupcakes for dogs, and that's what started off a trend of originally this company that started off those dog cakes. They did that, and then a lot of people started doing knockoffs of those, and those are like dog treats. Like Milkbone did theirs. You know, Milkbone was another one of them that came in, but it was also based off the original idea of the dog cakes. Well, that is something that came to like expect a spectacle almost to some who have dog owners, because they're like, oh, treats I could just give the dog, like whatever, blah blah blah. Well, see, it's another, like, to us it's a treat to be able to just give them a treat instead, but at the same time these treats don't have no mention of don't have no mention of beef or anything that's really extra nutritious for the dog. It's almost like a distraction from the fact that their food doesn't carry real beef. That's if you look way too deep into it, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm totally looking way too deep into it, just a little bit of exaggeration. For example, like how ideas of war are overexpressed whenever there's a lot of commotion within the country, and they're trying to sideline what's actually going on with other ideas. So they bring up, oh, well, this is going on, or like, you know, especially with Trump, they were like that with him hardcore. But what I'm saying is, like, it's almost like and at the time especially too, it's almost like a distraction, and that's coming from my personal opinion. And yeah, so that was
dog food, bro. I feel like just food in general though. Like,
if you look up dog food brands to avoid, like a lot of the ones that you're probably very familiar with and the ones that we're familiar with too are on there. I guess it's just really, think about yourself when you're feeding your dog. It's something I feel like we need to do that too. Like,
I think Lucy. Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand. Like,
I feel like it's crazy. Like like the food. I mean, even here in America, like the food we eat, it's so good, but then it's so bad for us at the same time.
To me personally, it's just in my opinion, I just feel guilty for like feeding the dog like the same brand. Yeah, we give her like meals that include additional food, like, you know, wet food and stuff like that. But I just feel like we need to have a variety, because, like, yes, think about it. If we could not talk, or we could not like contact other humans, like through language and, you know, expressions, things like that, in the same way, and they were just constantly giving us the same food every single day. I mean, if you didn't know how any other way to tell them, like, can I get something else? You would just eat it, right? So what if she's just like, man, it's like, I really want something else, but how do I tell them? Like,
no, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, it was like last week or 2 weeks ago, dude. I gave her like I got food from Sabon Mai, and I gave her like a good couple. Like a plate of fajitas.
You gave her a plate, bro?
Well, like not like a like 6 fajitas, like little like pieces. Not even like Like they're like little pieces like that.
So you took one piece of fajita and you cut it up 6 times.
I don't.
Let's just go with that.
Yeah, sure.
Nah, hey
But
man, I respect that.
no, but like man, I'm telling you, she liked that. I mean, hearing, I don't give it to her all the time, but I gave it to her. It's because I had the enchilada plate, and it was the fajitas on the side. I gave her all that on the side. I just took out the guacamole. But she killed that shit. She liked it. I mean, it's something new to her, you know what I mean? So I was like, hey, she deserves it, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like she deserves different food sometimes.
Word.
She liked it.
I know some friends who actually like cook their dogs meals and go all out. Like, I respect that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people actually cook meals for their, like, steaks for their dogs.
If I ever wanted to feel like I'm not doing enough for others, that's the first step.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I gave Lucy a plate. I mean, because I had like whole enchilada plate. I was like, I was kind of full, so I was like, hey, you just kill this. she ate all of it. I was like,
So whenever, like, over the time, we lived in apartment complexes for most of our lives, right? That's just facts. Have you ever had any incidents that are noteworthy with neighbors?
Neighbors?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Wait, what do you mean by that? Like,
I remember one time, when apartment complex that we lived at the time, I don't want to say the name, didn't have designated parking, but in one of our neighbors' heads, we had designated parking because that's where they always parked.
I think I do.
And then they're like left a really note, like an ugly note in the car. They're like,
honestly,
hey, bro, if you park here again, we're gonna have problems. Like, damn, if we park in front of our apartment again, we're gonna have problems, Mom. That's what they said on your car, bro.
I remember like just in, like some people around here like remember when we chilled at like a stairway somewhere in these apartments?
Yeah.
And dude, they literally told us to we literally can't like chill here because
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
It was in front of their steps, right?
I'm like, yes. I'm
yeah,
like,
they're like,
okay,
you don't belong here. I was like,
no, yeah. That was
would you go as far as poisoning a neighbor because you have a dispute with? Yeah, so that's what happened in Florida. So a man by the name of Zooming Lee was he was a major for chemistry. Probably really busy in his academics, right?
you.
He had a issue with his upstairs neighbor. It was a man by the name of Umar Abdullah, and Umar had a wife and a daughter. It was about 1 year old, and this man, the downstairs neighbor, his original incident started off with like he was hearing their footsteps they were too loud, and he's a guy who like if he has a problem he'll go and tell you, right? So he went to the steps, he went to his door, told him like, hey, you're being way too loud. I'm trying to study. I can't study right now. You're messing up my focus. Blah blah blah. And Umar, he's real apologetic. He's like, oh man, my bad. Sorry. I'll do better, right? So it came about that there was 2 more occasions where he was mad because of the footsteps. So Umar went and he got softer, like quieter shoes that you could be wearing at night just so you're not, spreading noise or you're making too much noise on the floor. Also at the same time, he even got mats to put across certain spots of the floor, so quieter spots that he might be frequenting in. That way it's harder to hear. So I guess they're respecting the fact that he feels like they're being too loud, right? And this man, he's a loose cannon. Like he hears a table or chair squeak just a slightest bit. Like he was pissed off about it. And after reading the article and seeing a video or two about it, like my first initial thought was, okay, this man, like it seemed like it was a little over the top. Maybe schizophrenic, maybe just really too like deep in his academics that he's really stressed out because it's a big major, you know what I mean? You have to be consistent and stay focused in that. But also maybe he was just over exaggerating. I don't know, because what came about was Umar and the landlord at one point went down to his apartment, and Umar had his wife stomping on the floor to see if there's any like noise that was spreading across the apartment. Whenever she would like stomp on the floor or anything like that. And for the most part, they barely heard any of the noise she was making. Maybe she's just a really light person. I don't know any of that information, but all I know is that like in their experience in that moment, there wasn't much noise. Well, I don't know where Umar and his family started to feel sick. Starting off with Umar first, and then his wife got sick, and then it got to a point where his daughter felt sick. So that was like the biggest problem. Like when his daughter was sick, and his daughter was sick kind of consistently for a little period of time, it became like a alarming issue. You know what I mean? So they had people come by, see if it was anything in their wall, anything in their AC, maybe the Freon leaked, blah, 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 things like that. But it was none of that. Eventually it came about where he got a video camera that he kept outside his door. And at one point, he saw zooming. I might be saying the name incorrectly, but it's spelled Xumingli. He saw him outside his door and doing something to his door, but he couldn't tell what it was, right? So the following day, he adjusted the camera just a little bit, and he sees the man with a syringe putting some kind of unknown chemical at the bottom of the door. And so whatever he's putting at the bottom of the door, that's what was poisoning. That was the gas that was like leaking into that was what was leaking into their apartment and getting them all sick. So they eventually go to the cops. This man was really confused. He didn't know his neighbor would be like that. Like, man ain't taking no shit. Like, he was really trying to take him out. Like, so he was a chemistry major turned felon. He had like methadone and hydrocodone among other substances in the syringe that he was using. And he had a total of like 6 charges. A lot of them were felonies. One of them was like stalking. One of them was like attempt to kill, or like almost attempted murder, actually, because all 3 of the residents were getting sick off the stuff that he was putting in the house just because he was upset with the noises.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I mean, I'm glad we never had any incidents like that. I'll say that for sure.
Yeah, there's just some crazy neighbors out there. That's pretty wild, low key.
Honestly, dude, that's what I was saying.
I mean, we deal with neighbors, but it's like, damn, that's like a whole nother level. It really is. If you think about it like that, it kind of is a whole nother level right there if you think about it.
All right. So moving to the Steve-O situation. So well, it's not really a situation that's like currently going on in this time. So I saw a video that Steve-O posted himself, and then I looked up the some more information regarding it. So in 2002, Steve-O got arrested on felony charges for some, he gets himself to a lot of crazy scenarios. But one of these felonies led him into the Twin Towers, like a facility in Los Angeles, I believe what it's called, and it's like a higher level prison for, I guess, inmates that are a little bit more well known to the world, I suppose. And so the cell that he was in was actually known. ODB is known for actually frequenting it. So he was all excited about that, and then he actually had a show, I believe later on the same year, it was 2002 if I'm correct. He had a show at the same venue that Wu-Tang Clan was performing at. It wasn't much a show, it was like a coexisting performance. He was doing stand-up, they were doing an actual concert. And Steve-O managed to talk to RZA and Method Man about getting on stage with them. And so he was on stage with them during the performance. They're all like shouting out like, Steve-O, this is Steve-O. Steve-O's all there going crazy. He's like having a good time. And he looks over at ODB, and Old Dirty Bastard is like, he literally has his piece out. Like, he has his pants pulled down, bro, and he's rapping. He has a blunt of like PCP in his mouth. He's just chilling, vibing, right? Until he falls asleep. Like, he falls asleep on stage. Like, he slumps out. Like, bro looks legaled out, bro. Like, he's out on stage. Like, he, for other words, he was just like out of it. He was out of it on stage, looking down, kind of out of it. And Steve-O said in that video, he was like, man, I remember looking at him and just thinking like, that's my hero right there. Really weird way to see that. But anyway, so 2 years later, respect to ODD, man. He's a pretty good artist, man. I really do fuck with him. But anyway, so 2 years later, I believe it's 2004, or let me actually get the exact date because I want to be respectful. Hold on. Yes, so ODB died on November 13th, 2004. So a little bit after he died, they had a tribute show for him. And Steve-O was in the area, so Steve-O went. But prior to him going to the show, he talked to Method Man and talked to RZA about doing a stunt at the show in respect to ODB. It's like his style of respecting him. And they were kind of reluctant toward the day of the event about him doing it, but he's like, no, I'm going to do it. ODB would love if I got in trouble for it, blah, blah, blah. So he goes on stage, and then they bring out ODB's mom. ODB's mom gets introduced to Steve-O, and, she's waving to the crowd and everything like that. Well, Steve-O did a stunt, and what a stunt was, he took his clothes off, did a little, like, airplane loop with, and then did a backflip fully naked on stage in front of ODB's mom and everything. And he was like chilling. He's like, yeah, I did that. Mind you, he's probably like really high off to whatever he was doing at the time. But he did that. And he was all like, hell yeah, looking around like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And most of them were kind of just like, all right, that happened. And kind of went about like it was just fine, you know, everything was fine. ODB's mom didn't really react to it too much. So to start the next song, Raekwon stops the song. Then he grabs Steve-O's by the neck. He takes him to the end of the stage. And he's like, you know, you're being really disrespectful right now. And then Steve-O was just like really confused. And then Steve-O made him apologize. I mean, Raekwon made Steve-O apologize to the crowd. And then look at ODB's mom and apologize to her. And yeah, he said that he was just really embarrassed about the whole experience. To him, it's like, and then RZA and Method Man were talking to him afterwards. They're like, man, yeah, everybody has their way of expressing art, man. That's just yours. Yeah. I mean, you're an artist, man, but you know, you pay your respect the way you do it. But like, yeah, Raekwon wasn't feeling that. It's just something I wanted to share. Cause it's literally like one of the first things I saw when I woke up today. So I was just like, all right, so I'm gonna start my day with that information.
Dude, Steve-O, he went through a lot, man. Like it's good. Like, dude, he's sober. Like he hasn't done any of that shit, and like since I believe 2008.
I like how he does his podcast on Wills, essentially.
He hasn't done anything since like 2008, I believe.
So if I'm correct, his podcast, he actually goes to the guest. The guests don't go to him. He kind of travels like a podcast on wheels. It's in like a trailer, and he goes to his guests, which I think is pretty cool. It's called Steve-O's Wild Ride or something like that.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. So basically, he brings his trailer to the guests. So like he does his podcast on a trailer, but then whenever he has guests, he goes to their location, which is pretty sick, honestly. Right? Like imagine having an own trailer, basically a studio in a trailer, and then every time you have a guest, you go to them. Like that dude, that is sick. Low key. It really is. Honestly.
You ever understood like what is it, like zodiac signs and horoscopes? Because it's something that I never really looked into growing up. Like I didn't really put too much like thought into them. I was aware they were there, and I aware people like follow them pretty thoroughly, so much. But I wasn't really one. Like for example, up until like an hour and a half ago, I didn't really know the difference between zodiac signs and horoscopes.
Yeah, personally, I didn't either until you kind of told me a little bit of it. I kind of knew what zodiac signs were, but horoscopes, that's the one I'm kind of least on.
And so I myself am allegedly an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius because Aquariuses are from January 20th to February 18th. Like
you're an aquarium? No. That's what some people say.
And so like
aquarium.
Whatever is like zodiac signs are like a generalization about like it's almost like a subcategory to our species. No, I'm just kidding. But then the horoscopes are like daily affirmations. In my opinion, I feel like the way I look at it is like it's almost daily affirmations or like personal affirmations, daily personal affirmations that are specific to the zodiac sign. That's the way I view it, and maybe completely incorrect. And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. From the little bit of information I looked up just right now, or like before we started this, that's what I gained from it personally. And I was just kind of briefly going through because I didn't really want to like dig deeper on horoscopes and zodiac signs unless I had the information to provide to at the same time. But from what I read is that like Aquarius is tied to an air element. Air energy is high in like intellectual, social, and social characteristics, as well as very like curious. There's a lot of positive characteristics regarding them, but of course there's also negative ones too. And I feel like when I was looking them up, even when I was just looking up Aquarius, there's multiple like sources that kind of intertwine within each other. So I feel like, well, one thing is to say they overanalyze, and I think I'm overanalyzing whatever I say, that I feel like they're biased as fuck.
What do you mean?
Like, or like I said, maybe bias isn't the right word. Earlier I said inconsistent because I feel like you'll find the same positive affirmations, or not positive affirmations, positive characteristics and negative characteristics for all zodiac signs if you keep thoroughly looking. But I didn't look thoroughly enough. This is just like, so this is like my half-assed opinion because it's with the half-assed knowledge when I'm talking about this. But from Cancer, what I saw.
I'm technically a Cancer, okay? But
oh yeah.
The reason why I know is because of Snapchat. Straight up.
Word. I respect that. So from what I saw about Cancer, Jordan's sign is he's born in June. Loyal, nurturing, sensitive, compassionate, ruled by the moon, and a cardinal water sign represented by a crab. So what are your thoughts on that?
I mean,
Do you feel like you relate to that little description?
sure. I don't know. I mean, some of it's true and some of it's not. I mean, I feel like some of it's true on on your thing too.
Yeah, but
It really
we just have
is.
so much time. We don't really need to get into the Aquariuses today.
Okay, well, I'm just letting you know some of the stuff that I mean. I admit too some of the stuff that I mean, not everything.
Well, I feel like there are some websites that I saw article or like little things where I agree with, and there's other things that I don't. So I feel like it just depends on the source.
I mean,
But then again, I would want to read like, is there
I'm
like
loyal.
a
I'm a loyal guy.
zodiac
Okay.
sign Bible where it's like all legitimate? Like
Yeah.
you can't half-ass, you can't sugarcoat. It's like what's there is there type stuff. Because I want to read that. That's
I
what I'm
am a
trying to read.
loyal person. Okay. Nice guy.
And I'm not too sure.
I
There
don't know
probably
if I'm
is.
sensitive though. I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't know. I'm not too sure.
So I also went and read our horoscopes for the day, and just for both of our zodiac signs. And anyways, for December 8th, I read mine and I kind of related to it in a way. So after I read mine, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put that on the pod. And then I got yours too, just to read. I'm gonna read you yours. I don't think you've read it yet, but I'm gonna read you yours. Okay.
Okay.
So for Aquarius, it says December 8th, 2023. Instead of directing all your energy outward and dominating conversation with your ideas, consider listening. Let ideas flow your way. Be receptive to opinions and ideas. A wonderful mental and emotional expansion occurs when you receive instead of being so concerned about projecting out. Be more focused on what's happening on the inside instead of so worried about what's happening on the outside. I read that shit and I was like, damn. I was like, all right, word.
Damn.
Yeah, hey, bro, but here's the thing. It's weird because I feel like, I guess it's like little things like this. Like I read something like this, I'm like, bro, like I really need to hear that today. So I feel like those might be really good factors on. It makes me understand why daily horoscopes are read daily. Okay, I'm kind of interested what they're gonna tell me tomorrow. It's probably gonna relate to my day in some way. You know what I mean?
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not. I don't really know too much on horoscopes. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting to look
So
some stuff up like that.
Hey, bro, we ain't done yet. So December 8th, 2023, Cancer. Here we go. Listen to what I'm saying, Jordan, and think about your day today. Okay. You may feel like you're coming to a dramatic and emotional climax, which means like ending, regarding an issue that you take personally. There's a strong force stirring up your feelings, but that doesn't mean you have to spin out of control. While this emotion builds within you, there's a solid, stable force helping you to keep your feet on the ground. This lifeline is always there when you need it, so trust in it. You're probably thinking, bro, what's the sneak peek for tomorrow, bro?
I don't know, man.
Trailer?
It's interesting. I mean, I just kind of just go. I just go by the days, man.
Wait,
like,
but that horoscope I just read about to you, man. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, like I said, like I know I'm looking. Yeah, I'm just going by the day. Really, and then
Word.
trying to us doing a podcast, me being more consistent, going to work, trying to get my shit.
So you can't relate that to any part of your...
Um,
Maybe you're not a Cancer, bro. Maybe they got it wrong.
that's what I'm saying, dude.
I'm just messing with you.
I know that, but I don't. Though there's some stuff I could relate as a Cancer, but like I said, I don't think I could wait till all the Cancer. Wrong.
Jordan,
What, you think I'm sensitive? Nah.
I mean, the thing is, I think we're all sensitive to the slightest degree.
Yeah.
That's another thing I was thinking is like, I feel like a lot of the attributes that you see towards the other zodiac signs, I feel like I can relate to those too, but maybe it's just like the ones that I've seen for Aquarius, maybe those are just like the ones that I'm strongest towards, or like those are the ones that are able to be read out of me more consistently than the other ones. And that's why they're listed in the way they are. I'm not too sure. Like, I'm gonna actually just look into this a little more. Maybe on the next episode, I might come back with more information on
we'll for sure
Aquarius.
look in a little more on this, but
I might do like a whole Aquarius deep dive or some shit like that.
I know,
'cause I want to learn more now.
honestly might do a cancer research. I mean, I've read some stuff about it, but like I said, I mean, it is interesting to look up some stuff like that.
You know, a good place you might be able to learn a little bit more about zodiac signs. That Jordan.
What's up?
So here's the thing, right? When you get older, have a kid, right?
Oh, okay.
And after like your kid's in middle school, shave and try to make yourself look like your kid. after you do that, go to their school and maybe you'll learn more about zodiac signs there, bro.
Dude.
El Paso who?
Say it.
So in El Paso, Texas, 2 years ago, there's a mother who did this same scenario. She pretended to be her daughter. She said she just wanted to. Well, actually, her statement afterwards was, "I just wanted to show that schools are not as protected or schools are not as loaded up security wise, or their security measures are not strong enough to prevent situations like this from happening." But I know damn well it's not what old girl was thinking whenever that whole scenario was in play. Like, literally, that's not. I mean, for her, it was just like, oh, let me see clout. And then even whenever the cops pulled up to her house, she was like, oh, why are the cops here? Did you happen to come over here because of the viral video? Like, looking back at as if there was like she was trying to look back at a camera and be like, did you catch that? Did you catch that type shit? You know what I mean? Like, to me, it was a little ridiculous whenever I saw that part of the video. But yeah, she made it through most of this day. So her daughter's friends was helping the mother navigate through the school, know where her classes are, help her through lunch, and played the role with her. She didn't get noticed in PE somehow. She didn't get noticed in classes, but it wasn't until the 7th period class the teacher was like, can you stay after class? And imagine that though, right? You made it to the very last period and you get caught at the very end of the day.
Dude, yeah, I know, bro. I was thinking about that. But I think it's wild how none of the teachers did not know until 7th period. Like, how did she get away with 6 periods and not know that's the child? Like, is she like antisocial or something? Like, was she quiet all day?
My assumption was, what I was thinking whenever I saw first heard, my assumption was like, if I was trying to do that same scenario, like if you place yourself in their shoes, like how would you try to not be noticed? Like, I feel like if I was trying not to be noticed, for one, it's still early 2021, right? So you're able to wear face masks. It's fine. No one's like concerned, or not concerned, but like confused on why you're wearing one, because it's not like in today's time. Like, I feel like face masks stick out a lot more than it used to, because back then in that time it was like it would stick out if you weren't wearing one.
It was mainly like 2020 and 2021.
Yeah,
now
so
like 2022, 23 is
that's
not
what
like
I'm saying. So like if you're wearing a face mask now, like it's more noticeable than if you're not wearing a face mask as that time period. So if I was doing that in school though, I feel like I would just pretend like I'm sick in a way, try not to really engage as much. But then if you're not really engaging, like what's the experience even for? You're just trying to just get by at the end of the day. There's nothing to gain out of it.
But like her video blew up, but then yeah, she got big. She went viral because she pretended to be her own daughter.
Yeah, at least yeah.
But did she get arrested or no?
Yeah, she got a felony
arrested,
trespass.
right?
I think I don't know if it was felony or not, but she got a trespass
I think
charge.
it was like a trespass charge or something like that. Yeah.
It's her trophy, bro.
Right? The Kids' Choice Awards, trespassing charge. Right? Stupid. What do you think the year 2024 is going to be like? Like,
before we get there, wait. Before we get there, bro, we got to set some light and give our flowers to 2023. So, 2023 first. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So, like, 2023, like, when you think of 2023, what are you going to remember about this year? Personally for you, like what makes 2023 for you?
Starting it off. I mean, we're starting a podcast this year. We're starting it off, and then 2024. I feel like maybe we'll be somewhere. Plus, we're gonna have a camera and stuff soon too, so I feel like it'll be a little bit more consistent maybe.
So for me, I feel like 2023. I think of, you know what I think of?
What?
Complacency.
Huh?
Complacency. I think this year, I stalled a lot of this freaking year. I feel like there's a lot of moments that I could have taken opportunities to be productive, to be more productive. And yes, like I guess on the things I want to be productive on, I am in a sense, because I'm learning like a lot about music, but I'm also doing it at a much slower rate because I'm trying to rush everything. Like I expect to know it overnight. Yeah. So when it comes to the music, I feel like I'm rushing it and I'm not thoroughly learning consistently. And podcasting too, I'm grateful as hell. We're 13 episodes in, dude. I remember before we're gonna do our first one. Remember our first recording?
Yeah.
I thought I lost the whole thing and I was pissed off over a 20-minute recording or 30-minute recording. But other than that, when it comes out to like worldly things in the year 2023, oh, mind you, 2023 by Jay Rando now on streaming services. Just want to throw that out
Yeah,
there.
but you keep changing the dates.
No, but my song's already on streaming services.
Yeah.
Like worldly, like what happened in the world that reminds you of 20? You know, like when you think of 2020, you think of COVID, right?
No,
So not the
not really. No, not COVID.
No, I'm saying when you think of 2020.
Oh, 2020. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you think of 2020, you think of COVID, right?
Yeah.
So like when you think of 2023, like not with like us starting out doing podcast stuff like that, what do you think of like what reflects the year in like a worldly view? Like for example, the bed bugs in Paris, like that's not really affecting us, so it's not memorable to us for this whole year.
It's just like another year, bro. Like straight up.
It's
like,
just like not
like
inconsistency,
it's not
but like
really a year. Like that's what I'm saying. 2024. I feel like that's gonna be a year you have to think of because we're gonna have a new president, and then plus it's a leap year. I mean, this is gonna be stuff going on next
you
year.
know
I
what?
feel like.
You know how like an album, right? A music album.
Yeah.
Music albums, they have those songs like they have it like let's say you have 10 songs on this album, right? There's songs that are really well known, songs that are like hard, and everyone loves those songs, and there's songs that are just there. I feel like 2023 is just a song that's just there.
Yeah.
It's just a filler track, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not really. That's how I see the year. Like we did something. Now I want to continue it to gain.
It did have
continue that.
progression. There's
Yeah.
positives from it. Any negative things happened to you this year that are noteworthy? Like, what's the worst thing that happened to you? I'm thinking of it myself too. Like, what's the worst thing that happened to you in 2023?
Personally, I don't know. I can't think of it on top of my head right now. I really can't.
Mine was walking away from my job, bro.
I mean, I've been doing okay ever since. The only thing is, I just need a whip, which I'm trying to get. It's been hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like really the only thing. I mean, I don't really know what else to think of.
And the best thing that happened this year? I guess getting the Scarlet, dude, because it opened opportunities for us to learn things down the line too. And like,
yeah, that's how we started off.
yeah, man.
Podcast, Scarlet.
You, me, Scarlet, just chilling, bro.
Yeah.
No.
For sure.
So like looking into 2024, like so you said it was a leap year next year?
Yeah, it is.
Dude, I'll tell you after the pod. There's something I want to tell you about the.
No, I looked up people that are born on leap years. They say they celebrate it on the either 28th or they either celebrate it on 28th or the 1st of March. But then there's some other people on there. They're like, I only get birthdays at. So I don't know. There's different comments. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everywhere. But yeah, there was one dude that was born like I think he was born like in the 70s. He's like, I only had like 10 birthdays, but I'm born 72. I don't know, some shit like that. You know what I mean? I can honestly see Grandpa Joe saying
I
some
was
stuff
literally
like
gonna
that.
say that right now, bro.
Shout out to him, bro. He was on our 10th episode.
The kickoff date.
Yeah, dude.
He could. I feel
could
like
see,
he would be someone who would be saying
right.
that
He would be so man. I love my grandpa, man. He's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2024.
if you guys saw that episode, man, just check it out. He's a funny man. He knows a lot of information. He's a funny guy. But should we end this off?
So like what I know, 2024 we have like another election year. So there's like
Oh yeah, we're gonna have an election.
every
yeah.
election year has tons of chaos going on. Whether it be like
So like, who do you think is gonna be our president? If you were to guess.
I'm gonna hold off on stating who I believe.
Yeah, me too. Cause I don't even know. I don't know. I'm just bullshitting at this point.
But no, but at this point though, we will have possibly potential to have a new president, right?
Yeah.
So that's always something to look, I guess, not forward to, maybe something to just look to.
Yeah. So my opinion, yeah, 2024. So what is your goal in 2024? Like, since we kind of went through this year already. I mean, I know we're in December still, but like, do you got any goals or no?
There's one that I want to say it's a productive one. I guess just but like figure out my strongest flaws that prevent me from being a better version of myself. Target those. And this is something that sounds like, something like people like look forward to, and they say this shit every year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I feel like personally for me, I'm kind of at like a point where I'm just like, it's either take care of them now, or is it, like, I just feel like I will lead myself in a direction that is not going to be recoverable.
My goal is just to continue this podcast since we started in August.
Mm-hmm.
Just continue, get a camera. I mean, yeah, eventually we're gonna get a camera, hopefully sometime soon. Get a camera, continue the podcast. Hopefully I get a vehicle, man, because it's been like, in case some of y'all know or don't know, I've actually been with Carlos for like almost 2 years now. I'll let y'all know more in detail on that. Some of y'all may know, some of y'all don't, but yeah, really.
I feel that.
But that's really about it.
Word. Well, hope you find the one you need, man. So one question.
Yeah.
You're allowed to break a law. One law. And it's a free pass. But only a single law. So like what law would you break for starters? And give me the scenario. Like what would you do? And think about it though. If it's something that breaks multiple laws, bro, you're gonna have to pick one.
Alright, bro, I talked about it earlier. I would say plane, but you said plane.
Yeah, I feel like if you were to like sneak on a plane, that's probably gonna be like
multiple.
a trespassing charge and then refusal, and then it's be a couple charges.
I don't know, bro. Like I said, flame breaking a house. I don't know. All that's multiple charges. All the stuff that I want to do, it's gonna be multiple charges.
You know, what I'd probably do
What?
run into a WWE ring during a show, bro. Free pass, bro.
I honestly didn't think of that.
And I don't know if that might be multiple charges too, but
Probably is.
I'll pick the strongest one and say take that one off, sir.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the week then, I suppose. Anything else you want to share for this week, Jordan?
No, I think that's it.
Word. So the next episode will be dropping on December 27th, 2 days after Christmas. So it's probably gonna be like a little bit about our holiday festive.
Okay, bet, yeah.
Cool. With that being said, Gonzalez Bros, we will see you guys next time.